Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to another guitar lesson. Yeah! Alright, so do check out the playlist for guitar lessons. Got 7, this is number 8. Lesson 7, we went over your major chords. So today we're going to go over minor chords, right? These are the most common, basic inversions, you'd call them, of the minor chords. Simple, easy ones to do. Well, a couple of them going to be a little bit challenging, but shouldn't be too bad on you. Anyway, so we're going to start out first with an A minor, okay? And it's going to look something like this. So I'll give you as close up as I can. So first finger on the first fret of the B string. Your second finger is going to go on the second fret of your D. And on your G string is where your third finger is going to go. And you're going to strum generally the 4 bottom strings. But because there is an open A string above, and this is an A minor, we can add in the 5th string. Alright, so you don't have to worry about the low E because that doesn't count, right? But if you practice on just the 4, in later lessons I'm going to show you what you can do if you stick with just the 4 to get other alternate chords that are also going to make a lot of sense to you. But for the purpose of this video, either 4 strings or 5 on the A minor, okay? Pretty simple. So again, first finger, first fret, second finger, second fret on the D string, and your third finger on the G string on the second fret, A minor. Now your B minor, that's going to be a little more tricky, okay? It's going to look something weird like this. So to go from the bottom up, all right, we want the first finger on the second fret of your high E string, okay? Then we want our next finger, which is our second finger, on the third fret of the B string. Then we want to go up here onto the D string, okay? This is kind of a little weird backwards, but it's kind of showing you as best as I can here, okay? So we're on the 4th fret of our D, and your pinky goes on the G string, okay, on the 4th fret. Now because this is a B minor, you're only allowed 4 strings, okay, in this inversion of the B minor, okay? You're not allowed to use that A string up top, because otherwise it sounds bad, okay? Okay, so we got A minor, B minor. Now, without moving your fingers off, keep all your fingerings the same. This will also make this a little quicker for you. If you just slide up everything like this, 1 fret over, slide everything across 1, you get a C minor. Okay, so B minor, C minor. All the same fingerings, just B minor, C minor. B minor, C minor, B minor, C minor. Your fingers will remember over time. Don't worry about it. Now, there are alternate voicings for every chord that exists, so there's a lot. Just keep that in mind, okay? So, and you'll have to figure out which ones you're going to need for which songs, okay? Now, that is the simplest way to show you the C minor. It's just going from the B to the C. So, first finger, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, just like that, okay? B, C, B, C. Even just doing this, your hands will remember, right? And remember, 4 strings only. Okay, so we got A, B, and C. Now we need the D minor. D minor is first finger on the first fret of the high E. Then we're going to scoot up here onto the G string, okay, on the second fret with the second finger. And our third finger seems like a weird pattern, but there's a reason for this, as always, right? And then our third finger goes on the 3rd fret of our B string. And it's 4 strings. Because it's a D minor, or a D chord, we have that above D, we can use that to our advantage. So again, first finger, high E, first fret, second finger, G string second, third finger over here on the third fret on the B string. And strum either 3 or 4. Okay, so the next one, simple chord, E minor, okay? It's gonna look like this. Now with this one, although I usually don't recommend all 6 strings, because you do have an open E that you can add in, it can kind of give it a little bit more throb or low end to it, but otherwise it is generally 5 strings. But you can add in that 6th string or last string. No matter what, okay? So that's going to be second finger, second fret A, third finger, second fret on the D, okay? So again, here and here. To show it in reverse, so this will be your third finger, second fret, D string, second finger, second fret, A string. Strum 5, very common, or you can add in your 6. Now, the F minor, let me just put it to you this way. Anything that uses the word F, guitar players hate, okay? I don't know why. I mean, there's some of them that I personally don't like myself. You know, like the F major is not one that's a real fan base among a lot of players, but they usually pick more on the F major being as a bard. That's what they usually hate the most, but you can play an F major here as well, which is a semi-bar, which we've talked about the semi-bar version in our previous video, okay? So, but for the F minor, one of the simplest ways to play the F minor is actually the bar chord inversion, okay? So that means you're going to take your first finger and you're going to bar it across all the strings, then you're going to take your third finger on the third fret of the A, and your pinky, which is your fourth finger, is going to go into the third fret of the D, okay? And then you're going to have to hold some pressure down on that first finger, and these are going to squeeze a little harder than what you're probably comfortable with, but you got to hold all this stuff down, okay? And you'll know when you get a good sound because all the strings should ring out properly, which also means when you get a really good sounding bar chord, you're doing the right curvature as well. Now, I myself personally, honestly, am having issues since I broke my wrist, so I am having issues with acoustic. Electric, I have no issues doing any of my bar chords right now, but on the acoustic, I'm having to rework everything and retwist everything a little bit differently on the acoustic. So, but you should get a nice clean sound. And it's going to be all your strings, so all 6. Now, for that, in the F minor, an F major is a little like this, but F minor. Now your next chord is going to be a G minor. Now that's a pretty simple one too, because if you've done an F minor, you're going to do a G minor, exactly the same thing, except you're up on the 3rd fret with everything. So you go F, F minor, G minor. Okay? Now G minor, you bar everything on the 3rd fret. Then you take your 3rd finger on the A string on the 5th fret and your 4th finger on the 5th fret of the D string. Okay? So if I can kind of show you that in a little bit of a reversal. There's where your pinky goes on your D. Okay, up on the 5th. And on the A string, your 3rd finger. Okay? Same fret, 5th on the A, and then this finger bars everything on the 3rd. And that's your G, G minor. Okay? So, A minor, B minor, C minor, D minor, E minor, F minor, G minor. So these are your first basics of your minors. Now, none of these are sevenths or anything like that. These are just your minors. So between lesson 7 and this one being lesson 8, between your most common major chords, okay, for the beginner modes, as well as these, okay, there are literally thousands of songs you can play, like thousands of them, okay, in a multitude of different keys, okay, and if necessary, you can even use your capo too if you wanted to, and play the same formations you're used to, and you're still going to be able to play thousands of songs at this point. Mind you, it's going to take you a lot of practice to, learn strumming and picking patterns, but, that's part of the game, right? So, but this takes care of the majors, the minors for now. There are multiple inversions. Over time, we will go through all those different types of inversions of different chords, and I'll show you some little chord tricks that I've learned over the years that can have a lot of fun with and can add some little zip and zazz into some songs that normally that zip and zazz isn't there, but you can add it in when you know the different inversions of the same chords. It's just a different little tone to it, okay? So anyways, that's it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know how you're enjoying the videos in the comments below. Remember to check out the playlist, okay? So if you're new to this, start at lesson 1 and bring yourself in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then this is number 8. And we'll see what we're going to do for lesson 9 next. Lesson 9, I'm not sure what I want to do yet for that part, but we'll get to it. Maybe we'll start doing some of our 7th chords that are basic 7ths for you guys. Because you are going to run into songs, that are going to have like an E7 or an A7 or even an A minor 7 in it. And you might want to know those particular chords maybe sooner than later. Okay, so maybe we'll do that for lesson 9. Not quite sure at this point, but this is what we got for today. So thanks and see ya.